Okay, everyone, here's where we are. We have a bank robber. It's coming all the way from Avondale, which is about 15, 20 miles from here. And it's heading towards my town, which is Tempe. This is a live event, and so I caught it on, so I guess it's not live now, but we caught it live. Two things. One, the most well executed pit maneuver I've ever seen police do. And two, it's a pretty gruesome ending. Just a spoiler. Okay. So we're going to zoom in. I believe at this point, what the police have done is they've put a bunch of undercover units on the road to get close to this guy to prevent him from doing the typical run from the cops and possibly run into people and cause harm. So that part of the plan actually seems pretty smart.
It's breaking news of what police are telling us could very well be a bank robbery suspect on the run in that black SUV. See the driver there just get to another intersection and blow right through it. Sky 12 is following it. We do apologize. Sky 12 shot breaks up every once in a while, but it always goes right back to it. And again, that driver is approaching the Arizona Mills area, going eastbound on Baseline. Earlier, we know there were 4 people, we are told, involved in a robbery, potentially. 3 of them bailed from the SUV. Just the driver is left in it. And Tram a minute ago talked about that driver being down a dirt alleyway near 7th Street and Broadway. That was about 7 or 8 minutes ago. Kept going back and forth through that alley and then dropping something off or throwing it out the window and then taking off and now getting into some heavier traffic as it gets closer and closer to what would be the Tempe area.
That's right, Arizona Mills.
Okay, that van or that truck that's coming up on the side, catty corner to the black SUV, I believe that to be a undercover cop, and the blue SUV behind is also, and there's a white trailing. So they're kind of moving into position and acting like normal traffic. This is masterful.
Located in Tempe. This is South Phoenix, though. The driver is still in the South Phoenix area, and I can tell you from this area, there's a lot of industrial buildings. It's very, a lot of companies are down there. And so with this, it's kind of getting clogged in traffic here, a lot more traffic than we have seen. The driver just kind of blow through. But again, the driver rarely stopping and only stopped at one intersection for a little bit. Right now, we're being told that SUV is near the area of I-10 and Baseline. So again, if you know anybody in this area, definitely give them a heads up of what's happening. We're assuming that police choppers are obviously...
Okay, now they're approaching a section where you'll get onto the freeway. And the bad guy, or the alleged bad guy, he knows things are in trouble. He's on the phone, he called his loved ones or his bookie, who knows. But he's thinking, get on the freeway. The police probably want to stop him from getting fully on the freeway because that's where you can pick up some major speed. This guy's obviously not insane, and he's not desperate yet, which is why he's been slowing down intersections, kind of obeying, he's not obeying the speed limit, but he's not being anything more obnoxious than the other drivers.
That area, as well as ground crews as well. Our crew, our Sky 12, closely watching the situation. Very tense. That vehicle just bumped another truck right there, you can see. Again, we're talking about an accident happening right here, spinning the SUV.
That was masterful. 3 vehicles. The pit maneuver was done really well. There's not glass or huge parts everywhere. They've got this guy cold. They're about to lock him in. Up until what happens next, I think the police have done an excellent job. Very few people endangered. They waited until it was a non-populated area, which is that corner, and brace yourself.
Around trapping that car, we have to wonder if these are pedestrians or it looks like, nope, it looks like Phoenix police officers.
Oh. Holy crap, you're not, let's back that up.
That car, we have to wonder if these are pedestrians or it looks like, nope, it looks like Phoenix police officers perhaps have him cornered.
Firing.
At this point, the news personalities get a little disjointed. I think it's because they're in shock. I think they weren't expecting this. We were expecting the typical, put your hands out where we can see them, all that. As you can see, he's out. This person or persons inside they're locked in place. The pit maneuver is beautifully executed. There are backup left and right, and wow.
Into the SUV. I believe they just fired into that SUV. We do not have control over this. We want you to know this is live television. You're watching what looks like undercover agents. They did a pit maneuver. They stopped this. There were a couple of puffs of smoke. And you can see what looked like the glass shattering on the front of that SUV. You now see what we believe are bullet holes on the front of it. And officers, undercover officers, going over to the driver.
Okay, you can see the officers lowering their weapons. That guy is not getting back up. Whether he's alive or not, who knows? Now, they did mention that the glass was shattered in the back, so there may have been an exchange earlier on. Who knows, at this point. But that is shocking. And again, the personalities do feel a little robotic. The news people are giving that emergency disclaimer. I think they're in shock too. So, we need to cut them a little slack on that one. That was just what do you say? I mean, what do you say to something like that? Again, we don't know what made the police react this way, but there's almost no time. And what I don't understand is, and maybe it'll be explained, but there is nowhere for this guy to go.
We have to wonder if these are pedestrians, or it looks like Phoenix police officers perhaps have him cornered.
Firing into the SUV. I believe they just fired into that SUV. We do not have control over this. We want you to know this is live television. You're watching what looks like undercover agents. They did a pit maneuver. They stopped this. There were a couple of puffs of smoke. And you can see what looked like the glass shattering on the front of that SUV. You now see what we believe are bullet holes on the front of it. And officers, undercover officers.
Okay, so I'm not going to take sides one way or the other. On one point, the pit maneuver was excellent. I felt the minimum number of people were endangered. In fact, I don't think anybody was endangered. The only thing that happens in that lot, which I've driven by many times, got a little excitement. I don't know why they just executed this with a final conclusion. Again, I kind of came into the story. We don't know. I'm sure it'll come out in the wash, but wow. I'm kind of interested to hear what everybody else thinks. Leave some comments.